subscriber guys, yo.
We're talking here of 10.6 million young people who do nothing when they wake up in the morning.
When you conduct those operations, after conducting those operations, those people you are saying they are documented, they are not supposed to be even documented at the very same time. The Asylum say they are here to study, but they're owning shops. Yes. They're Asylums. I was there. I'm the one person who's always there when there is these operations.
Thanks too much. I said thanks too much mphakathi wa South Africa. Rona ba re lwanetse lefatshe ka 76. Nna ka 76 ne ba re ke tle khoyere ke lwana ke lokisa lefatshe le. Mara le Grigamba from Zimbabwe. La nkwatshisa la di bona dipampiri tse.
If there are people complaining about an issue, we live in informal settlements, we live in townships. We are dealing with illegal immigrants, mostly from Africa, who are moving into spaces that they shouldn't be in, who are taking up positions of employment that South Africans could be accessing. And then you come and make all this noise.
Yes. 1 hour sawukiya lo muzi lo. Sicela abantu bethathe zonke into zabo. Ungayibeka kanjani ingane endaweni enjena?
Mr. Mthakathi. Yeke ukushaya ezinye ingane ngezimvubu nabo ngabantu.
Manje, yabona manje. Bokune operation ekhona ngithi around Tsakani and Tutuza kwaTsatuza. Most of those shops uqinisile leadership zivuliwe. Zivulwa bobani? Amaphoyisa.
Sikhuluma ngento ephathekayo, una ingane encane la idayisa umzimba. Kunendoda yomZulu ekhona la engenankinga nokuthi ingane yomZulu encane idayisa umzimba.
Wemnomzane Mchunu. Yeke ukubiza abanye abantu ikwerekwere nabo ngabantu.
But when other people are in South Africa illegally, it seems so many forces are defending them. And the question is why?
Freedom is in our hands. The youth of South Africa is unemployed.
Manje asenasikhathi asezwa asisakhuzeki. Jesita ngizwe phakela umthakathi eniye kusikhuza manje asisakhuzeki. Ingakho beyisaka nje labantu ngoba niyasikhuza nisikhuza phambi kwabo nisenza amagwala.
Anmenike anim manje bonke abantu balezi inhlangano ezeseka abantu bokufika nonke nje nihlangene nje nahlangana navumelana ngento yodwa ukuthi nonke nizosibuza lo mbuzo oyigolo. Sapheke ngapha sivika lo mbuzo enkenyana namathuba omsebenzi asevelile sebehambile aba 5000 akhona amathuba omsebenzi.
Welcome back to my channel. In this video, you will see what is different people from different platforms saying a lot of things, different things. In this video, we have Penwell, the Black Pen, has recorded a video. I found it on TikTok and I saw it also on Facebook. So this video he recorded specifically for South Africans. So I've decided to include it as part of this video so that you can at least see the video and also have your comment about it. And also don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And also, as you know, today is the June 16th, so we have also Good Julius Malema. He's part of this video. He was speaking to the EFF supporters, so I made sure that also I include him as part of this video. And yeah, let's watch.
When you conduct those operations, after conducting those operations, those people you are saying they are documented, they are not supposed to be even documented at the very same time. The Asylum say they are here to study, but they're owning shops. Yes. They're Asylums. I was there. I'm the one person who's always there when there is these operations. I was arrested for fighting the injustices of the very same South African system. The very same thing that you are telling us. These people who are running these businesses, they are not even supposed to be running those businesses. Let me ask you a simple question. According to the immigration law, you have to have 5 million for you to run a business. Are you telling me these tuck shops, each and every person that owns a tuck shop, a spaza shop, they actually have 5 million? No, it's because it's an organized syndicate of Ethiopians, Pakistanis, and Bangladeshis and Ethiopians. Now, the problem is that you as police, you interdict us as activists so that we cannot fight for these people. This is the problem we have with you, because you are interdicting us so that you can continue with your corruption. I can attest to that, because I've always worked with all the operations that are happening around South Africa. I'm always there. But the problem we have is that even in Tanota, those people are not supposed to be running those puzzle shops. Banama asalamu abayashuti, they are here to study. Maruna una 65 umuntu wakhona. Uzofunda una 65. Ayikahleni ukudlala ngabantu base South Africa. All these shops are not supposed to be running. Their permits are fake. Their permits are fake. I can attest to that. Their permits, all of these shops around Tsakani, Duduza, Kwatema, they are only here because you guys are taking bribes from them. And another thing, let me tell you something. No, listen. The problem is that your very own police are giving them our addresses so that they can come and assassinate us. Let me tell you something, okay? You see, most of these leaders which are here, they've already been targeted already. Yes. We can wake up tomorrow and we can hear something else, because Nina Futi Mapoisa, you're going to target these very same people. Because abantu bakho laba basebenza la, ibona abathatha imali kulabantu. Kumanje. Yabona kumanje. Bokune operation ekhona ngithi around Tsakani and Duduza kwaTsatuza. Most of those shops uqinisile leadership zivuliwe. Zivulwa bobani? Okay, I know and understand ukuthi we gonna deal with those protection fee guys asibasabi. Le into kumele bayazi. Akekho umuntu osatshiwe. Okwamanje sisayenza phase 1. We are not going to sit back and watch you guys kill us. That's what you should know. The whole country should know that. Our brothers have been killed. Tshepo Mwelase died because of you, police. In Kwatema. He was killed because of you. The information that was given to our hitman was given by our police. And our hitman Martina Sebabanji, the very same police went and killed those hitmen. We know that. And the intermillennials, Yabona Manja Joba Sichut Mtaga 15. After that, phase 2. Amen.
Thanks too much. I said thanks too much mphakathi wa South Africa. Rona ba re lwanetse lefatshe ka 76. Nna ka 76 ne ba re ke tle go yere ke lwana ke lokisa lefatshe le. Mara le Grigamba from Zimbabwe. La nkwatshisa la di bona dipampiri tse. Kitse D5 ke di protection order tse nna ntshwarisa ka tsona because of ne ke batla ke revise ka moena o bila ka di ma ke revise ka 2019. Motho o fitlhela ba to change as fana re ke ena khomo ke nkomo from Bulawayo Nelson Nkomo nna ke dula ko Kokotela ko Loli. So ntate e bile ka sere ntate moshimane o ka mokgwantshentseng ka teng ba gaitso ne setse ke decide le mo phunya mara ke re nka nne ka khutlela tronko for that many years tse ke di editseng ko maximum prison. So we are thank you for much ha e khonne hore e ba get out aba hambe tsamaya wena le Grigamba kwena because of bophelo baka is in danger. Ke itse dipampiri ke ditswere ke ile hangata go court ke isa kwena for ntwe ke sa itsebeng. That's why ke re le Grigamba utswa le tšhelete ya rona ya SASSA wena re sa itse re idea we thotse jwang ke batla hore le idea how ba I check from Home Affairs or why o tlo gola tšhelete ya mo South Africa o tswa kwa go ha Mugabe ko rotation I go utlwile ka wena man go utlwile ne ke nana o phunya matlo nna ke lo pantitela ntwe ke batlang go e pantitela jwanong ka re much ke eo. I am the first o tlo supa mokhuku wa hao ka o sane ba re dibese tsa Zimbabwe di a tsamaya. I must get you fuck off o tholo se yo mo because of kiatla anytime wa bona lefatshe le is my country. I born here, I'll marry here, I'll die here. Yo fita ka pele okay so ke ka ho ke reng mfowethu ya ke etsa video e ke etsisa ko ena because of pelo ka botlhoko a ke sa le monate a ke sa phela monate nna ke bona vene ke a itse re latile nna ka wena Yaanong I say much too much. Phakathi danki ka ntho o e editseng mfowethu. Wena le community nyana hao. A ke le tshabe nna. Setse ke lokile, I'm ready now for lona. I'm ready left and right. Le ba nne o tlile le bona ka January o mpileditse bona. Wa hopola o mpileditse meeting o ke sa o tsebeng. So I'm there with you. Wena nkomo we. Nyeza lapho kuwe wena. Mfundisi we ZCC Muruti wa ZCC. I'm also a member of ZCC. Mara ka mkhona le pelo empe ka teng ntate. Ne ke batla go bontsha hore nna ke tla o phunya matlo o tla tsa mophopholetsa mokhukhuso. Because you said nna ke tladitse ma foreigner ka mo mokhukhung. Bana ba ka bana le di ID ka ofela bana le di ID gone. So I'm saying thanks much too much. Nna ne ke re ke tlo nka first step. Even la ne ke sa tshepa lona nna myself I was going to take further step. Mara ne ke sena next and ne ke tshepile. Now I got everything. Se ke tshepile. Abahambe hamba wena. O don't jwetsa hore wena you've been here from 1960 mangma. Fuck off. Ebile nka nne ka o bitsa ka ntho eleng ka motlasa bene bruku because you are so fucking useless. Wena o le foreigner le grigamba. Ma foreigner ba tlile mo ka o bereka. Wena o le grigamba. Leave my country please with peace. Ka nna ne ke batla o phunya matlo. Ne ke batla o phunya. So that's why I get much too much. Thank you. Bona hona no ra sebetsa bona. Look, we are working now. This company has been for 21 years. It's my company. NHBRC, CIBD level 1, and then CK. So nager thank you much too much. Motu o atlo he mo pelaka. Because of kita khutlela tronko mara wena I leave you with a spirit of salt. I'll quote you. So I'm so thanks. Ma South Africa motho a nsokodisa o kokokotela ko low le dichomi tsa high remember tsa high ka ofela bona ke tla sala ke bona na le bona na a tsamaile. Thank you fellow South African abahamba.
Yo, the community Yasetsakane is not happy. The first clip that we have watched, those people are the community of Tsakane, yeah, they are not happy. And the video is as new as yesterday. So it's not something old. Please share also in the comment section what you think about what the gentleman was talking about. All the activities that the police are committing, that they are saying they know that this and this happens. We close the shop and then we open. I always talk about these things. So this community is also having the same problem. I know Tsakane, I studied my high school in Tsakane. Tsakane Buktema Tuduza, I know all those places. I was studying in Prakpan, so I know Tsakane. This is why I've even wanted. This is why I decided to include this video. Yeah, I just came across it on Facebook, and then I was like, "But this is my community, and I've stayed in Tsakane for some years. Even my sister still stays in Tsakane." So yeah, they are not happy. Ubaba, the second clip that we have watched. That the man from Limpopo is also telling us the problems that he has been going through regarding one of the church members who happened to be Zimbabwean, and also is telling us, showing us those documents that this is the cause of this man that is abusing me. Now, every time when I see a police van, I know that they are here for me. For nothing. I have not done anything. This man, I know him from church, so he's also telling that I wanted to do this and this to him. But since we have much and much, thanks to much and much. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm trying because he's speaking Isipedi, but I do understand Isipedi. Yeah, so I'm just trying to explain a little bit of what Baba Begasho. Let's keep going.
I decided a few weeks ago that I wouldn't comment on illegal foreigners, undocumented immigrants anymore, because I felt the topic was too complicated, too layered, too many stakeholders involved, and I was flip-flopping around the topic. And look, I have a lot of friends who are foreigners in South Africa, legally so, who work in corporate, who run businesses, etc. I also know a lot of, I guess what you'd call illegal foreigners. And I only assume, I've never asked them, by the way, I only assume based on the work that they're doing, where they stay in terms of informal settlements, etc., etc. So I just assume that I don't think you're meant to be here. I don't think you have a work permit. I definitely know you don't have a study permit because you're not studying. I don't think you're running a business. But I wanted to make this video because I've been processing. You know, I spoke to so many foreigners, I think legal and illegal, refugees, asylum seekers, people that own businesses, highly respected foreigners in South Africa from SADC, from the rest of the African continent. And luckily I had some foreigners coming in from other parts of the world as well. Sadly, not as many of them, but at least some that I engaged, including a lot of my friends. And we had a lot of debates. We had a lot of discussions. I've been triggered by some of the political voices. You know, your Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, your Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, some of the people at the ANC, of course, Julius Malema of the EFF, and many other voices on social media. I've been triggered even more by many Africans who have been attacking South Africa and South Africans, and some of the international news platforms that are lying, blatantly lying about what's going on in South Africa. There's no country that I'm aware of in the world that doesn't respect its sovereignty to a point where they say you cannot come in here without documentation, and also you can't stay in here once your documents have expired. Even if you got them legally, but they've expired, you have to leave and then reapply. There is no country in the world that I'm aware of that does that. I know there are issues in Ireland. I know there are issues in England. Of course, there have been issues in America with the Mexicans and in other places as well. Countries like Ghana have famously deported a lot of people historically. Countries like Nigeria, there have been many issues. These stories get brought up about South Africans in exile. South Africans were not necessarily going into countries illegally. They were fleeing from persecution. And they did speak to the authorities, which is why they ended up with refugee camps. But all of this just to say, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry as a South African for taking my personal experiences and my personal opinions and trying to make them like the South African opinion, as some of these other people are doing. The reality is that I'm privileged. I live in a secure complex. We have access, controlled access. We've got security guards 24/7. So not just anyone can come in and out. The job, the income that I make is not threatened by people that are in South Africa illegally. You know, I make a lot of my money online. So if anything, whether legal or illegal, foreign or South African, if you're watching, I get to make money. So I speak from a position of privilege. A lot of the politicians, a lot of the leaders, a lot of the celebrities that are speaking are also speaking from a place of privilege. They don't live in informal settlements. They don't have relatives that have been murdered by illegal foreigners. They haven't been hijacked. They haven't dealt with serious crime. So it's easy for them to, you know, to have the intellectual view, opinion, as I did in the past. But we're all wrong. We're all wrong. And, you know, sitting with the advocate Ike Khumalo, one of the things he spoke about was whataboutism. When you're raising an issue, the issue may be undocumented illegal foreigners, of which the biggest issue that South Africans have, or the South Africans that are crying out, are African illegal foreigners from Mozambique, Malawi, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe. That's who they're complaining about. The Lesotho, the Zamazamas, etc. And then you're like, but what about the white foreigners? What about apartheid? What about unemployment? It's whataboutism. Instead of focusing on the issue, imagine fees must fall when the students were protesting. You're like, yeah, but what about unemployment? Yes, but the fees are too high. We can't afford them. Yes, but what about apartheid? Yes, but we can't afford the fees and we think our government. Yes, but what about GBV? Imagine when the GBV, gender-based violence, domestic violence activists were busy marching and asking for government to take notice. If someone was like, yeah, but what about racism? What about issues in the work environment? That's whataboutism. And many of us, including myself, have been doing this. If there are people complaining about an issue, we live in informal settlements, we live in townships. We are dealing with illegal immigrants, mostly from Africa, who are moving into spaces that they shouldn't be in, who are taking up positions of employment that South Africans could be accessing. And then you come and make all this noise. And sadly, people are misusing and abusing the term Pan-Africanism and Ubuntu when it suits them. These words have actually been dirtied. These were good words, like being woke. Being woke was a good term. It was like, I'm not sleeping, I'm not ignorant, I'm woke, I'm awake, I'm mentally liberated. But today it's been made dirty. You cannot ask for Pan-Africanism when you are in a country illegally and the country of your origin does not allow for people to come in there illegally. You cannot ask for Ubuntu when you are expecting someone to bend their morals for you when you will not return the favor. So it becomes very sad for me in a lot of the conversations and discussions that we've been having. I understand Jacinta Ngobese Zuma, Phakela Umthakathi, Ngizwe Mchunu, are representing the cries of ordinary people that are frustrated. There are people saying they are funded by Israel. There are people saying, no, there's a bigger agenda. At the end of the day, South Africa is a sovereign state because of colonialism. Like all other African states, it's sovereign. When you come into South Africa, you need to ask for permission. Just as if I want to go to Zimbabwe, I must ask for permission. If I want to go to Nigeria, I must ask for permission. If I want to go to Somalia, I must ask for permission. If I want to go to Pakistan, Bangladesh, if I want to go to Europe, if I want to go to America, if I want to go to Mexico, I need to ask for permission. People telling us there are South Africans in other countries that are foreigners. Yes, they ask for permission. And if they are there illegally, if they broke the law, please, we're begging you as South Africans, deport them, get rid of them. We don't want them there because they're giving us a bad name. But when other people are in South Africa illegally, it seems so many forces are defending them. And the question is why? I know that our government is responsible, particularly the ANC government has been responsible for what we have now. I'm not lending my voice to say I support the people that are marching against illegal foreigners. I'm here to tell you that I'm compromised. I'm speaking from a place of privilege, and my opinion should not be the opinion that matters. If I can afford to pay school fees for my child in university, whatever my opinion is, it's like, but you can afford, or your child is on a scholarship. So your opinion is compromised. We'd rather hear from the people that are saying our students, our kids cannot afford to pay university fees. They're too high. NSFAS is not doing the right thing. If I understand what they're saying, I can lend my voice to assist, magnify what they are crying for. But I can say, guys, I'm privileged. It doesn't apply to me. I've been wrong. I've been very wrong regarding this topic. And I think a lot of the so-called intellectuals out there, a lot of these political leaders, a lot of other celebrities and voices, I believe they are wrong. And I believe some of them are compromised. I believe some of them are captured. I believe some of them are being funded. I believe some of them are either in relationships with certain foreigners or do work with certain foreigners, or they're benefiting on the African continent, or, you know, they just think they're too smart. I know the topic is complicated and layered. I said so. But when people are crying and they're saying, this is our cry, when AfriForum says, our cry is for white Afrikaners, and then we're like, but you're not complaining, you're not crying for the blacks, you're not crying for the Indians. That's not who they represent. If you have an issue with white foreigners in South Africa, legal or illegal, please start your own movement. If you have issues with legal foreigners in South Africa and you're like, no, they're taking up too many jobs in academia, raise. Don't demand that March and other voices fight your fight for you. That's your fight. If you've got an issue with unemployment, put together a movement, lobby government, make sure that you're creating spaces for employment, but don't come with whataboutism for March and what they stand for. They are standing for ordinary, frustrated, tired South Africans who are saying there are foreigners illegally so in South Africa that are paying bribes, that are committing crimes, that are taking our jobs. They're not taking your job. Your job is fine. That's why it's easy for you to speak from an ivory tower. Theirs is not. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, and I think I now understand where people stand. The Black Pen.
Yo, okay, thanks, Bodi Upenwell. I've once met Bodi Upenwell. I've seen him in 2024, Kamaimai. Yeah, me now. I was when I was going out. I think he was just there to check someone or something, and then he was going out. I just saw him sitting down there, and then I was like, I know this guy from YouTube, but it's not like I've once spoken to him or he knows me. No, he doesn't know. Yeah, thanks, my brother. I've watched that video, the one that you recorded before. I think we are referring to it, the one where he was wearing a sort of like a brown t-shirt. The only reason why I did not include it in my videos, in the videos that I'm posting, because it was too long. It was 18 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only reason. And it had a lot of information in it. I remember you spoke about how expensive it is to deport people in our prison. The numbers is too big for now, like, you know, for of these people that are here in South Africa, and it's expensive and it's draining us, you know. So there were many good and important points in that, but clearly we were not siding with the people that are marching, you know. So thanks for this one. This is why this one, when I came across it, I was like, okay, he's speaking to us, he's speaking to South Africans, especially to us who have seen the other one, you know. So I don't know what you think about Ubhuti, about everything that was speaking about just now. Please share also in the comment section so that we can understand you at home. What do you think about his message to us, the South Africans? Let's keep going.
Anim manje bonke abantu balezi inhlangano ezeseka abantu bokufika nonke nje nihlangene nje nahlangana navumelana ngento yodwa ukuthi nonke nizosibuza lo mbuzo oyigolo othi manje ngoba sebehambile abayinane lokuthi sebehambile abayinane lokuthi ukhona nomsebenzi osuvelile nonke nizosibuza lelo golo lombuzo ukhona umsebenzi osuvelile nganibona bebelanga ngoba besebenza angithi bathi bona bazile ngobugebengu labazosebenza thina singamavili ngoba sebehambile kukhona umsebenzi osuvelile musana ukusinyanyisa nini hawu Saphe ngapha sivika lombuzo enkanyane amathuba omsebenzi asevelile sebehambile aba 5000 akhona amathuba omsebenzi msana usenza igolo nini hayibo hawu
manje asisenasikhathi asisezwa asisakhuzeki Jesita ngizwe phakela umthakathi cela niye kusikhuza manje asisakhuzeki ingakho beyisaka nje labantu ngoba niyasikhuza nisikhuza phambi kwabo nisenza amagwala mhla ka30 nje akukhuzwana asitshele umuntu nje mhla ka30 asisakhuzwa asikhuzeki asizwa mshini tshele sengizobe ngiyiphethe mhla ka30 akukhuzeki yancinza uyakhona ngo ayivumi ukuthi ukhuzwe le yanteleza ayi understandisi mhla ka30 ke bafethu akukhuzwa nesikhathelo ukukhuzwa manje ingakho lana besijwayela kabi ngoba niyasikhuza sesikhuzwe kwanele kasafuni lutho sesikhathele
Gumane kuita zvamuri kuita izvozvo tarisai muone guys zviri kuitika nhasi izvi manje izvezvi tarisai muone MTN rank yo honai ama one akushandiki apa kaipa tarisai murikona sisi kuti murikona kuti vari kudarika nekwedu kwatotengesera tarisai muone kwauri kuona napo kanizizvi
Freedom is in our hands. The youth of South Africa is unemployed. More than 50% of the youth are unemployed. Many of those have given up looking for jobs. They are no longer interested because they say, even if you go and look for a job, you will never get a job. We're talking here of 10.6 million young people who do nothing when they wake up in the morning. When you turn this side and ask GNU, what is the plan to empower these 10.6 million young people, they've got no plan. Which means we are going to become more and more graduates who go straight into the factory of unemployment. Only the EFF can stop that unemployment. How do you stop the unemployment? We need to nationalize the mines. We need to process every product that comes underground here in South Africa. Beneficiation must happen in South Africa. When they dig chrome and they put it behind the truck and they take it to KZN, and from KZN, they take it to outside South Africa. Those are your jobs behind the truck. That's why chrome must be produced here and go next door. That next door will be a factory where they process chrome, and then it goes outside South Africa as a finished product. Those who dig chrome, they will get jobs. Those who process it after digging, they will get jobs. That's how you create jobs. That's how you industrialize. You can never have industries if you don't beneficiate the minerals from this country in this country. Industry is what is going to create jobs in the whole of South Africa. But they will never do that. Why? Because they sell everything. Today, comrades, electricity is very expensive. You ask yourself, why is electricity so expensive? It is because the coal they produce, the beautiful coal they produce, they sell it with dollar, and therefore Eskom cannot afford to buy more coal and produce more electricity that can be sold to us cheaper because they use dollar to.
Okay, yes, we have finally reached the last part of our video. If you still want to watch the Julius Malema speaking, you can go to the EFF YouTube channel. That's where the whole video is. So I just wanted to crop some few clips so that you can at least see that there was something while you were speaking today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I will see you next time with another video. Thanks. Bye.